Guys, welcome. This is Tamiya Robles. I am the owner of FixMyCreditNow850.com. I am a credit repair specialist, expert, guru, genius, whatever you want to call me. I'm also the host of this podcast, Coast to Coast Credit. Welcome. So, if you can't already tell by the title that this episode is going to be on some other shit, like I'm gonna just keep it about with y'all like I usually do. Um, we're taking this to a whole different level. This is a topic that I deal with every day, all day, especially with new clients, especially with consultations, new consultations. I get this all the time. Sometimes I have clients that are hesitant to even work with me because they feel that credit repair just doesn't work, or they say, I've had credit repair in the past and it doesn't work. And I'm going to be honest with you, every credit repair specialist isn't just stealing your money. Like, that's just the reality of it. It sounds good. It may seem like um, maybe it's easier to blame the credit expert or the credit repair specialist or whomever you're dealing with. It might be just easier to blame them as opposed to looking at other possibilities of what it could be. So, when someone comes to me with a consultation and maybe they've already had an experience with a credit repair expert or specialist before, one of the things they say is, this isn't going to work, or I don't have that much faith in it because it didn't work before, right? And I always tell ya, I'm not here to judge another credit repair specialist because everybody moves their own way. They got their own way of disputing things. Everybody's not going to be like me. Not everybody's going to like me and how I do things, right? So I don't judge. However, I do know the difference between a good credit repair specialist and a bad one. So I can mostly figure that out by looking at your credit report, believe it or not. So some people like the last person that came to me, I had a new client that signed up with me last week. And he said, listen, somebody else fixed my credit. They did a horrible job and they were trash. And I need you to fix my credit. And when I looked at their credit report, it was actually pretty good. And I was telling the dude, like, this is actually good work. So his complaints actually had nothing to do with the guy's credit repair. There were other issues going on. So that's what I basically want to talk to y'all about. Like, think of other issues besides somebody out to get you, or some credit repair specialist isn't really fixing your credit. I'm not saying that isn't out there. It's a lot of it out there. Trust me. Trust me. Like, I've done business personally with some shady credit repair specialists, well known in the game. You hear me, for years. So I totally get it. But for example, I'll speak for me and my business only. If I'm telling you that you're in good hands, trust the process. All right. But there's other things to be considered when basically working with credit repair. So let's get into some of that. Now, this isn't in any particular order. These are all not good situations, but one of the main issues that I've had is clients not being truthful about the debt that they have on their credit report. So when I do my consultation, I look at your credit report and I'm doing the standard plan of action and I'm talking to the client like, okay, this is what needs to be done. This is what I see on the credit report, yada, yada, yada. We're good. Let's move forward. And they don't take that opportunity to give me a heads up on the debt that might be coming, then that becomes a problem. Okay. That becomes a problem, not just for what I'm trying to do, but for your credit. So the way I work with credit repair, I like to play chess with the credit bureaus. You have to be honest with me. I'm going to see things in your past. I'm not here to judge. I say that all the time. I say it in my videos. I say it in my podcast. I say it during the consultation when you guys are about to tell me a 3-hour story about something that I don't really need to know or care about. Right? Like, I'm not here to judge you, but I do need to know the facts, because based off of the facts will determine how I dispute your negative items on your credit report. So if you're hiding information or you're just simply not saying, or you think that something isn't going to come up, it's gonna come up and I'm gonna see it. So if I'm sending dispute letters and I'm thinking, cool, this should only take a couple of months or a couple of weeks, whatever, and then I send it off and I'm seeing some new negatives, that's not on me. Okay. You're now slowing the process down. This negatively impacts the initial time frame I possibly gave you during the consultation. All right. So when you're messing with me and you set up with a consultation at fixmycreditnow850.com, the link is in the description. Okay. If you want to schedule your free 30-minute consultation, be honest with me. Okay. I don't care about who did it and why. Just let me know if there is upcoming debt that is about to report, because I need to do my letters accordingly. My job is to work for you and work in your best interest. Okay. So be honest with me. All right. Another issue is missed payments. You guys got to still pay your bills on time. All right. I've had clients in the past that pay me every month and I would fix their credit and they would just intentionally mess their credit up because they're like, well, Tamaya's on it. Okay. Fix my credit now is going to fix it. I mean, thank you. I guess, but yo, don't get upset that you're not getting anywhere and that now you've retarded the process because you decided you weren't going to make your payments on time because somebody got this. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, not if you're trying to get your credit fixed so you can get what you got to get. If you're trying to get a home, if you're trying to get a car, you're trying to get some credit cards, what have you, pay your bills on time. So when you have a consultation with me and I structure a plan of action specifically for you, all right, you're going to follow that plan of action. I'm telling you what I'm going to do on my ends, but at the same time, there's things that you could do while you're waiting the 30 days for the dispute process to go. And one of the things you need to do is pay your bills on time. My thing is pay them early. Paying your bills early is on time, paying on time is late. So pay your bills early. Don't miss a payment. If you recall some of my past podcasts and videos, what I was telling y'all is a missed payment is detrimental to your credit score. So if I'm fixing your credit and your score is going up 1 month and then we refresh and now it dropped 80 points because you decided you weren't going to pay this bill or you're going to be late or you thought you paid this on time, yeah, you just destroyed your credit score. We can fix it, it can be recovered, but those missed payments are a beast, yo. They're a beast, and I told y'all about that. So pay your shit on time, people. On time. All right. Now, as y'all know, I deal with a lot of real estate agents. I have partners. I have um, referral agents that referral partners that I deal with. They might be brokers, lenders, bankers, whatever. But some of you guys are being told some I don't want to say wrong information because it's I don't know why this happens, but some of you guys are coming from people that gave you high expectations. All right. And without them really knowing credit repair and without you speaking to me first with your consultation, you may not always meet the expectations that they set for you. Okay. So I have a partner with a major bank, right? And we all know I'm connected with PNC. And my guy sent someone over to me and he already knows the deal. He knows not to tell his clients, yeah, just get this one thing or two things taken off. This should be a short thing. Boom, to my I'm sending them. He knows not to do that. Okay. The reason why is he's not the credit repair expert. He's not the specialist. He's an expert in his field. But unfortunately, and I understand sales and I respect the fact that you got to pull in clients and it's to make money, but you can lose clients. You can lose potential customers by giving them false hopes, right? Because if you're saying, "Oh yeah, you should be with Tamaya, maybe just she should clean this up in about 2 weeks," right? and it's not happening because it's impossible. Or let's say they're not even saying 2 weeks. Like let's say they're saying, oh, you should be done in, I don't know, 30 to 60 days. But you want this bankruptcy removed. You want this child support removed, right? How is that going to happen? That's not an overnight process. You understand? Like bankruptcies are hard items, foreclosures are hard items. Yes, I can get them removed, but it's not a simple thing. So consider the source when you come over to me from a referral of mine. So if you come from a real estate agent and she's telling you something about credit, unless that person is a credit expert and analyzed your credit report and did a plan of action, don't believe the hype. If you're coming from a broker, if you're coming from a bank, if you're coming from a car dealership, if you're coming from whoever you're coming from, if they are saying anything of or pertaining to what needs to be done and how short of a time frame and how quickly things can be done, just understand to say, okay, nod your head and just say, I'll just wait and talk to Maya. All right. It's nothing personal, but the problem is you started your credit journey with false hopes, and that's not productive. So once you become a customer of mine, you're looking at me like, well, my guy told me that you could get things done, which I can, but I'm looking at your credit report, you got a whole other issues going on that they didn't know about. All right, so that could be another reason why credit repair is not working for you. What if I were to put these in any particular order, I would probably say at the top, impatience. Okay. My clients, a lot of y'all are impatient. My ideal client, I think this is everybody's ideal customer, is one that will take heed to the plan of action that I set out for them, pays attention to the education and the tips that I send them regularly via email, or they check out my videos. They pay their fee, their monthly fee, if that's the option that they chose, and they follow scripts. If they the script that they were given, if they have any questions or if they stumble upon any credit issues or credit anything concerning, they just call me before making moves. That's in a perfect world. This is obviously not a perfect world. Okay. So when I have clients that are impatient, they're expecting their credit to be fixed in a time frame that is next to impossible. I will tell you a short example. I had a client, a new client. She's literally a new client to me, right? I'm talking about I think she's been with me for a month and a half, if that. And she started off with me, signed up, everything was golden. She paid with no issues. And it was time for her to make another payment. I sent her the update or whatever, but she was like, you know what, this ain't it for me. But mind you, within 30 days, she had a bunch of deletions, which is great. So I'm like, congratulations on your deletions. Like 30 days, your first rounds, it's amazing. These bureaus are really accepting your dispute letters. This is great for the future. Sis was like, yeah, right. Yeah, no, this isn't going as planned. So I'm done with credit repair. I'm to cancel my services with you. Like, I'm not one to like keep a client. Like, if you want to go. Like, you're not under contract with me. You're not obligated to me. You're not my man. Like, even if you were my man, if you want to go. You know what I'm saying? But what? Like 30 days, there was a lot of progress, good progress. You got good deletions in 30 days, yo, and you're done because it didn't meet your expectation. What were you expecting for you to just have your whole your credit report scrubbed? I think that's what it was. And she's not the only one. Like, there's other people I've dealt with, other clients. They like I've had like the worst situation I've ever had, which actually happens on numerous occasions, is that a client will sign up with me today. They'll be uber excited. They understand the plan of action I've structured for them. They're paying whatever needs to be paid. That's payment is not issue, thank God. And then it will literally be, I don't know, I'll be generous. 6 days later, they'll call and say, "So what's the update on my credit report?" And it's like, no update? Like, none? I'm saying your letters went out 6 days ago. Again, you have 30 days to wait for the bureau to respond, right? So the hell? But then y'all get upset, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I just gave you this money and I'm trying to get this done. Yeah, like be realistic, like legit, you didn't get your debt and these negative accounts on your credit report overnight. It took years, bro. It took years. All right. So at least allow weeks, if not months, to fix your credit. Don't call me 4 or 5 days later talking about what's my score look like. The same? The exact same as it did 4 or 5 days ago? Yeah. And you can't put that out on me as the credit expert. I'm educating you. I'm telling you how it is, what you need to do, what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? So calm down, have patience, and chill and let the process happen. All right? Let the process happen. If you're going to be impatient, this is not what you need. You don't need credit repair. You probably need therapy or something. Calm down, relax, you're in good hands. Okay. You can follow me in my Facebook groups. You can find me on YouTube. I got mad information for you, right? To keep you occupied. But it's not going to be an overnight process. So if you need something done immediately and your credit is messed up, then you well, there's nothing you can do. You have to just take the time out and get the credit repair, or you can't get whatever you're trying to accomplish. All right. So that part. That's pretty huge. Now, another thing, this isn't like major per se, but I do notice this often with some of my clients is they give themselves excuses as to why they utilize their credit card or max out their credit cards. And that, as we know, if you follow my YouTube videos and my training and so on and so forth, having a high credit utilization drastically affects your credit score, like majorly. Right. So when you come to me and we're structuring a plan, and I'm telling you, make sure you pay your credit cards down to 15% or less utilization. That's the golden rule right there, the magic number. And I update your credit report 30 days later to check for deletions. I'm not thinking that you didn't listen because you're impatient, right? You're optimistic. You're excited to get this thing done. But then I see your score is 100 points lower because it's Christmas or it's somebody's birthday, right? Or you got to do something. Da, 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 da. I don't care about that. I told y'all what to do and how to use your credit cards, how to make your credit cards pay for each other. All right. If y'all don't listen, this isn't going to work. And let me squeeze that topic in there. Okay. I'm going to get on that in a second, but let me finish with this utilization. So even though as a credit expert, I got to do these dispute letters, the credit bureaus have, what is it, 30 days to respond. Okay. It doesn't mean you're not going to get results until 30 days. A lot of my clients get results within 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, unless something that just isn't popping off or whatever on the credit report. You dig me? But for the most part, within 2 to 3 weeks, you see results. But what you can do on your end, which you can control, is your utilization, paying bills on time. All right. But your credit card utilization is major. So if something happens and it's out of your control, I understand. If I'm handling this for you, at least communicate. Give me a heads up. So when I update your credit report, I'm not shocked. Right. Also, see if there's any suggestions I could possibly give you before you max out your credit cards. Because there's options. And I tell you all the time, like every problem has a solution. You know what I mean? It's never as bad as you think it is. But if you're just going to constantly give yourself excuses, Don't blame me when your credit is not being fixed in a timely fashion. Look at yourself. All right? Look at yourself. Now, the bonus topic that I wanted to interject was exactly what I was stating about the fact that you guys actually have to listen and follow instructions. This is not going to work if you guys don't listen and follow the plan of action that I've given you guys. That is key. That is major. All right? I can do everything I can do on my end as a credit expert. With me, it's a waiting game. I analyze, I talk to y'all, I do the plan of action, I do the dispute letters, handle it, send the letters out, but then we wait. That's all I have to do. That's all I can do, right? Plus my hacks, of course. You know what I'm saying? And in some cases, I can't do the hack for whatever reason, right? But what you can do is listen to the plan that I've laid out for you and just follow it. Follow it. Calm down and follow the instructions that I give you. If you think, and I've said this before in a past live, if you think you already know what to do and have all the answers, there is no need for us to have a conversation. I don't need to fix your credit. You're the genius. You got it. Then handle it, right? Because it's people like that that give me a bad name. You guys can say, "Oh, well, she thought she knew this and she thought she knew that, but I knew X, Y, and Z." All right, but what nobody's paying attention to is the fact that I was the one that got your deletions. I had a client before that she decided that she was going to also dispute, and this kind of leads into my next point about not having multiple people disputing at the same time. And she knew that. But I had a client that she knew everything in the world. I really don't know why she hired me if she had it, you know what I mean? But whatever. And she got all these deletions, but she didn't start deleting until, I mean, disputing. She didn't send anything until like the tail end or whatever of my disputes. So when I went to update her credit report, she had all these deletions or whatever. And I'm like, congratulations, you got deletions. I always congratulate my clients. I know they're probably tired of me always contacting them and saying congratulations. Maybe not, but this one I'm like, yeah, you got all these deletions, like whoop whoop, party time. And she was like, yeah, I did that myself. How? How did you do that yourself? You know what I'm saying? And if you did that yourself, why didn't you do that before? You didn't do that yourself, right? And then she canceled because, mind you, she thought she in her mind, she convinced herself that she was the one that fixed her own credit. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm the one who actually fixed her credit. So when she canceled her services with me and months passed and she realized nothing else was coming off her credit report, what do you think she did? I'll wait. She came back and I accepted her because this is the field that I'm used to. Like most of the people that have a problem or complain always come back to me because they realize that these are the factors that took part into why their credit wasn't being fixed within their time frame and wasn't meeting their expectations because of what they were doing, not what I was doing, what they were doing. If I'm doing something wrong or I messed up or the credit industry changed and the game changes, I'm going to tell you this is what I have to do. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? It's not that complicated. Believe it or not, credit repair itself is not that complicated. It's either this, or this, right? But if there's other factors outside of me, then it's you. And I know people don't want to hear that, but that's just facts, right? So, again, with my point, multiple people cannot dispute a credit profile at the same time. The credit bureaus will not have that. All right. If they see multiple disputes coming in, what they're going to do is they're going to reject everything off the rip, right? And then they're going to send a letter saying that these are frivolous disputes. So if you come to me and you have a credit repair specialist already working on your credit profile, mind you, this happens very, very often. I just handle it like this. I tell them, let me know when the last dispute letter went out. And if it's more than 2 weeks, I can handle it for you. If not, if it was within 2 weeks, we gotta wait and then come back to me and then we'll move forward. But you have to cancel with your other credit repair specialist. Let them know that I'm working on the credit report because again, two people or more than one person cannot work a file. The credit bureaus are going to say it's frivolous. Then if you keep it up and you keep calling them, that's another thing. Stop calling them. Stop calling the bureaus. They're not your friend. They're not your friend. Right? They don't like you, or you'd have a great credit report, right? All right, then. So, what you need to do is just chill regular. Let me work my magic. Don't have multiple people working your credit report because the credit bureaus are going to eventually put your credit profile in a special file. In that file, you will notice that you're there because absolutely nothing gets removed. And every time you send out a dispute letter, they automatically send you a letter saying everything's verified. What else do you have to offer? One time, I mean, the credit bureaus did this with me. This was about 3 years ago because I was just trying to get this one thing off my credit report. And I didn't switch up. I was just so angry. I'm just sending the same shit, remove it, right? And the bureaus just sent me a letter like, listen, Linda, okay? We see your dumbass letters. You keep saying the same thing. We're not doing anything. Enough. Either make a better move or end it. Like, yeah, it seems like the credit bureaus don't pay attention. They don't, but sometimes they do, I guess. All right. So, yeah, you don't want to have all these hands in the pot. You don't want that. You don't want to stir up the pot like that. You don't want to irritate the credit bureaus. Okay. Just have, if you're going to fix it, fix it. If you want me to fix it, boom. If you want Bob and them and Kiki and them to fix it, boom. Take care of that. Handle it. Handle it. Okay. I want no parts. You don't want any parts. But then you have to factor this in as to why you're not getting the results that you're getting in the timely fashion that you were expecting to. Okay. So before you sit down and say, oh, yeah, credit ain't working for me, it's credit repair. You can do it for free. You can do it by yourself. You can do it. But all right. Think of these things, man. Think of these things. These are not just the credit expert, it is yourself, right? All right, so I'm gonna wrap this joint up. I think I am pretty much done beating y'all in the head with that information, right? So just a quick recap, okay? Consider calming down when you sign up for credit repair, when you sign up with me at fixmycreditnow50.com. All right, get your free consultation. Just chill, relax. Just have patience, be realistic. It doesn't take a year plus, it really doesn't. Even if you have a super messy credit report, it's not going to take eons and eons, but just at least bare minimum give yourself 90 days, okay? Like 60 to 90 days. All right? Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but just have some patience, chill regular, relax, and just give it a minimum of 90 days. Be honest with me. Be honest with your credit repair specialist. Be honest with yourself if you're doing your own credit repair. Okay. Don't start disputing stuff because you're like, all right, this is what I see, but damn well, your car got repoed a couple of weeks ago. It just didn't show up on your credit report yet. All right. So keep it a buck with yourself and me. All right. Now, pay your bills on time. Keep your credit utilization as low as possible, 15% utilization or lower. This is something you can control. You can really make a huge difference in your credit score by paying your bills on time early, right? Or early is on time is late. Early, pay them bills early, and getting your utilization down. Okay. Don't, don't give yourself excuses. Excuses are whack as hell. This is a real problem. It's a serious situation, and you need to resolve it ASAP. And if you give yourself excuse, but this, but that, da, da, da. First of all, if you're on the phone with me, you're just making the conversation much longer. There's a client I have now. I love her energy and her spirit and all that. It's amazing. I am so terrified to get her on the phone and talk to her on the phone, because the majority of what she has to say is an excuse. She'll come to me with a problem. I give her a straight answer. Sometimes answers just take a few words. It doesn't take long ass sentences. It doesn't take stories and scenarios and shit, right? And then what she will do is give me an excuse and after excuse after excuse. When you start using all these excuses for yourself, you don't move. You don't make any moves. All right. It's just whack as fuck. So stop it. All right. Other than that, stop. Last thing I can think of is just make sure multiple people aren't working on your credit profile. All right, there's other factors. In the high expectation thing with the your real estate agent, your lender, your broker, whomever. Okay, as soon as they start giving you some sort of time frame or expectation, just pump the brakes and be like, oh yeah, word. All right, let me talk to somebody and see what she got to say. All right, but other than that, that's the recap. Now be sure to get at me. Be sure to get credit education. Credit education is major. Like I always tell y'all, I would love to take more of your money. You know what I'm saying? But try not to be a repeat customer, okay? Get the credit education, get your credit fixed, and learn at the same time so you know how to move forward. So you can pass this on to your kids so they're not making the same mistake that you made. You understand? Now, if you have to come back here and there, I understand, but like don't be one of them. All right. We talked about that. Don't be one of them that's just like out here ignorant. Like somebody's gonna fix me, I'm straight. And then anytime I mess up, somebody fixes it. I will, but try to prevent these things from happening. All right. Get the credit education. Check me out on Facebook. I have 5 Facebook groups. My main one is Credit and First Time Home Buyers Plus. Hit me up in the description. You'll see all of them. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm on YouTube. Fix My Credit Now 850. You just type that in. You don't have to type the whole business in. You'll find me. Coast to Coast Credit Podcast. Type that in. You'll find me. My podcast. I'm on the airways now, y'all. Come get at me. Download, share, comment, like, subscribe. Do all of that. You know what I'm saying? But let everybody know I'm on Spotify, iHeart. I'm on the Apple joint soon. I forgot which Apple Radio. I don't have Apple. Amazon, tuned in, all that. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely in these streets like that, okay? But in the meantime, I'm gonna let y'all go. I wish you the best of luck in your credit journey, and you guys have a great day.